Hello everybody, how are you? I'm fine, thanks to God. This is, I think, the Matlab simulation and Simulink video, I think number 3. So I think in the last 2 classes in my channel, I will share it for all of you about the basic understanding about the Matlab software. So in this particular lesson, I have to share you about the Simulink model. So this is a very important and dynamic feature, especially in a mathematical operation. So Matlab is, as you know, and as you can taken so many courses from many specialization. So which is a very important and dynamic feature. So if that is so, what the advantage of Simulink and the Simulink operation in a Matlab toolbox. So in a Matlab, we are faced with these 3 things, by the way, in a Simulink graph. So when we are working with a Simulink model, so the very important thing we have to know in every aspect is the modeling one. So the modeling one is nothing, which is modeling the mathematical operation, by the way, which is a modeling of the mathematical operation. So we have to model the real mathematical or physical system. So if we have vehicle dynamics or we have any other dynamics in a real life system, we have to model that system in a mathematical operation. So after all, when you're modeling the system, and then we goes to a simulation. So the first thing is the modeling part. The second thing is what we call it the simulation part. In a simulation part, we are faced with the 2 things. The first one is an algorithm or a code, and the second one is simulation. So simulation is basically concerned with the Simulink blocks, but the algorithm one is just writing a code and in order to simulate a certain physical system. So these 2 things, modeling, simulation, are collaborated together, are very important thing, especially in this Matlab software. So these 2 things are collaborated together to operate or to control a given system. So if that is so, for a basic familiarization and introduction about working with the Simulink graph, let's go to the what we call it Matlab software. So open your Matlab software, and you have to open the Simulink block. So in order to open the Simulink block, we have 2 options. The first option is here at the top. We have home, plot, apps, editor, publish, and view. So just click in the home. We all are faced with this block at the top. So Simulink. So you have to click in this Simulink, and then the library options are displayed in the desktop in here in the screen for all of you. The second option is just in the window, in the command window, you have to write Simulink, Simulink, and then after you have to enter it. So the Simulink block will displayed in such a way. So here there are so many blocks, by the way. The blank model, the blank subsystem, blank library, and there are so many other options here. So another thing, we have an embedded coders are also available. So these are the embedded coders. These are also the DSP toolboxes, the communication toolboxes. There are so many toolboxes in this particular block, Simulink. So my target in here is just for the new users, how we gonna implement the Simulink block in our system. It's not for a senior users, but it is for the new users with the Matlab. So just click in this Simulink, and it takes maybe a certain second, and it will display in such a way to all of you. And then after there are the working medias are another, and the display ports are also another. So there are a library browser. So just you have to click in the library browser, and there are so many sources, starting points, links, signal routing, and any other things are also at the left half of this Simulink library box. This is the second option. The other option is so-called one is if you open the Simulink block, and you have to write the Simulink blocks, if you know those blocks in your mind. Just in my case, for example, I need a so-called sinusoidal wave, sine wave. So sine wave is the first input, so I have to take this as sine wave. Sorry, I don't need this one, I need a sine wave. Just I have to write in here again, sine wave, sine wave, not sine, yeah, sine wave here. This is my source, so I have to take that sine wave. So this is a sine wave, my amplitude of this sine wave is 4. Just enter. The second thing, after this taking Simulink, I have to go within the library browser, or in writing the pointers what I need in this, I have to write a command gain. So I need a gain. So the gains are also displayed. So for this thing, I have to give the gain amplitude again here. I have to give now 2. So the other thing I need is the output displaying visual ports, so which is what we call it scope. We all of us know scope, oscilloscope. So scope, yeah, this is a Simulink sync. I have a source and I have a sink. So here this is my Simulink, and number of ports, you have to give any port. By the way, number of port means that this one, look here, this is the number of port. For the time being, its port is 1. Just I have to give any number. Let's say I give 6, its port was directly changed into 6. But for the time being, I need only 2 ports. I have I have to change the number of ports into 2. Just I have to delete, and I have to rewrite again it. Just I have to write again a sync, or I call it source scope. Look, a scope, and I have to give its port as number 2 because I need only 2 ports. So look, this is my block, my scope block. So just finally I have to connect those all. So this is connected with this, and this is connected with this one, and again I have to connect the second port with this particular point. Look here. So this all about my Simulink blocks. Just finally I have to click in here, which is for oscilloscope. So the oscilloscope ports, the scope is like here, and I have to run my block. Double click in here. Look, the block will display. Look here, which is, it may take a time in order to finish the wave. Look, this is my final scope. So here, this is the second, this is the green one, and then the yellow one wave. So the yellow one with the amplitude of 2, and this green one with the amplitude of 4. So in here I have a 2 and I have a 4 amplitude. So finally the scope displays such kind of display port. So this is all about the introductory part about the Simulink block. So see you until the next time. Don't forget to like, share and subscribe my channel.